call.
Bill Brown Sales, and especially today we're talking Inventronics.
Does Inventronics have its own website?
We do.
What is it?
It's inventronics-co.com.
Inventronics-co.com. Check it out.
Google search. It'll be the first one that comes up.
Of course, repped by Bill Brown Sales. We're in the Bill Brown booth here. And so we're here to talk to Jeff McClendon. What's your role down at Inventronics in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma?
I'm the director of North America sales.
Ooh, we got the big dog, hot dog here. Come on, man. So what do we want to talk about with Inventronics today? You got something special?
Yeah, we do. We're going to talk about our EUM platform.
Up for an award.
Yeah.
Another Sapphire Award in the Bill Brown booth.
Come on, Bill Brown.
Come on, man.
We got it covered.
All right.
So this is our newest driver platform, EUM, M being modular. So we're taking an idea from a design and a construction platform where we start with a base model, and then we add to it modular, kind of like you take your car and then you add your leather seats, you add your navigation system and all that stuff. This is the base model that we started with, but it has some new features and some new innovations that we haven't had before. So a couple things, including for performance side, it has improved magnetics. So we've done some things to kind of shrink the packaging, so the driver can actually be put into a smaller case than we had before. So the smaller size will help OEMs in designing. Of course, they don't have to have as much room, and weight. Weight's a big deal when you're shipping fixtures all over the country and all over the world.
Can you make it so every manufacturer of a fixture makes a housing the same? Please
try to,
because that's starting to look like a fluorescent ballast, and if we can all just do that, everybody wins.
That's right. That's right.
Replace it.
So, and this driver also complies with the new isolated dimming requirement. So, effective May 1st, UL saying everyone has to have isolated dimming, which means your dimming leads.
Here, I'm just going to get you right there. There we
go.
Yeah.
Which means your dimming control has to be separate from the output. So in LEDs, your output can be hundreds of volts.
Sure.
Your controls power or your dimming is only 10. So you want those to be separated, right? So you're going up, an electrician's working on a fixture, you don't want to have any safety issues. That's the primary driver behind that. So all this EUM series has the isolated dimming. It meets the new UL spec.
So is every driver going to need to adjust and change to this?
Eventually, yes.
Oh,
yes. Eventually, yes. Start over. There are some exceptions. If you use wireless control where you don't have wired coming out of the fixture, if your wireless control is within the fixture, then you don't have an issue. But a lot of installations today still have wired control. So any new designs from our OEMs, our customers, will have to have isolated dimming. Either they take care of it in the fixture or we do it in our driver. Another thing that the EUM satisfies for the U.S. is Class P. So I don't know if you know, you guys are ballast, understand ballast. Ballasts were interchangeable, right? You could take the Phillips, you could take the Osram, you could take the ULT and Swatchman. So those were listed, okay? Drivers and component LED fixtures have always been recognized. So you put those in, you go to UL, the fixture is actually listed, but the components aren't. So an OEM could not substitute components easily. Now, with it listed, they can put in our driver for someone else's very easily, as long as it meets the same power level, thermals, some equivalency like that.
And so you call it Class P? Is
Class P. Yep, Class P.
And as long as
that's
the driver is Class P, it can be swapped out.
That's right. That's right. So when a lighting manufacturer submits a new fixture, they want to put Class P into their listing.
They want to, or they're going to, or
they're going to. They want to.
They want to. They're going to. They have to. Okay, good. I want them to too. I want to be able to replace the driver easily down the road.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So which Sapphire Award you up for?
We are up for the. That is a great question.
Driver. I'm guessing unique driver. Something.
LED driver components. I'm not really sure beyond that.
Yeah.
Which award we're coming into. So
well, if you win it,
sorry.
You got to come on tomorrow and tell us all about it. Bring the hardware over to the booth. Flex a little bit on the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast. Just say yes, Inventronics, we did it. So the award ceremony tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
Who would accept the award?
I would accept the award.
Wow, that's all right. Eh?
Yeah. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I bet.
Looking forward to
You
it.
know, I love winning awards. Well, I wish I won some. I
You
would
get
love
some,
to
yeah.
win some awards. No, it's fun, especially when you're recognized for a great product in a time of change, and that when you're being recognized for a product that's now going to be replaceable. It's an interesting way to think about LED. That's not the way we thought 5 years ago.
Mhm.
Oh, well, no, we need to be able to replace this down the road, and here's how we're going to do it.
Right.
And we're all going to agree to this set of standards. How long did it take, the driver manufacturing community to say, yeah, our drivers are going to burn out, and yeah, we should probably have some rules about how we go about making them so it's not chaos? How long did all that take?
I'd say, 5 years was the general target for lifetime in the beginning, and it was the standard. Both, I think, ballast could do that, but drivers really 5 years was the standard.
So
So
you say 5 years, but what do you rate it as?
5 years
50,000?
warranty. 50, yeah, 5 years,
50,000.
yeah,
Okay.
100,000 or 50,000 year. Sorry,
Okay.
10,000, 50,000 hours. Yeah,
Hours.
50,000 hours, 5 years.
Got it.
So that's basically what we're looking at, because and probably within year 3 or 4, it was started thinking, what are we going to do to get past that? So a lot of, in the early days, there wasn't a large install base, so we didn't know what was going to be happening. But you could see as they started failing, we need to start looking at what are we going to do for next gen. It wasn't one of those design and leave. That's kind of the way it was sold.
Yeah, for sure.
In the beginning, the technology.
I'm going to
wasn't there.
retire when I get these bulbs out. Yeah, no way. That's cool.
Do you think the driver life will ever exceed beyond 50,000? Is there?
Oh, yeah.
People are attempting to do that now.
Yeah. So we even have a line of drivers that are rated for 10 years. So let me bring this up. This is one of our 10-year life drivers. So we designed this one with some of the technology that's in the EUM, but this was our first design. We received an award for this a couple of years ago, and it's designed for 100,000 hours life.
Okay.
So no questions asked.
And it's just more component, heavier, whatever.
So what we did, so if you want to get in technology, electrolytic capacitors, they have a liquid inside. So when that liquid dries up, the driver's no more functional. So everything.
Is that why PCBs worked so good in old magnetic ballasts? PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weren't they good at like never drying up?
If you didn't have a liquid, then you wouldn't have. There's nothing to dry up. So ceramic capacitors, what this have is a film cap.
Okay.
So we replaced the electrolytic cap with a film cap.
Okay.
So no more that the electrolytic cap was always the life limiting component of a driver. We removed that. We added some things to our magnetics to allow it to be manufacturable, easier on abrasions. You don't have abrasions. Improve the potting. So now we have a great design. This will last 10 years. These drivers are rated, the EUM are rated for 5, but it depends on the design. You can actually get 7 to 10 years life on it. Depends on your thermal design and your heat sink capability.
So when these manufacturers are stating 10-year warranties on their fixtures and all this sort of stuff, are they backing the ballast off later? I mean, the drivers off later on in their warranty documents?
You got to read the fine print.
Yeah.
Deep breath,
son.
So that's where the quality, that's where the lighting manufacturer needs to know what they're buying. Okay, so they can't just go and buy anything. They got to buy a quality driver that they know is going to last them close to 10 years, so they're not out, or else they're going to be replacing drivers way before the lifetime. So you got to be careful.
Yep.
Depends on the application, depends on how much heat's going on. Heat is the enemy of electronics.
Yep.
So, you have a lot more design requirements when you're doing 10 years.
Now, as lighting distributors, I'm always interested in when somebody needs a driver. I can't necessarily get an Inventronics driver from you as a direct relationship as a distributor at this point. Is it ever going to get to that point where the manufacturer of the driver is going to work with distribution?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, maybe you already do, but
we do.
It's not as straightforward as like a light bulb or a ballast or a fixture. Or
well, in the U.S. we use a distributor, Future Lighting Solutions.
One distributor that
we have
controls
one.
It all.
And then we have other countries. It depends on what distributors are strong in those countries. We do have relationships all over the world. So
got it.
We'll take care. So you can
a different way to do it.
You can buy direct from us, or you can buy through the distributor.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay.
Yep.
How many different drivers you guys have?
Unfortunately, we have thousands of part numbers.
I was looking at this catalog. There's a few in there.
Yeah, and this is just our newer stuff.
Yeah.
We've just started discontinuing parts that were released back in 2010, 2011.
Woo!
So you know what the LEDs were like
Oh yeah.
Woo!
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Drivers were the same thing.
Little
So we've learned some things.
Oh, I bet.
So we're trying to bring that down. Programmability is one thing. All these drivers are programmable, so you can use one driver that takes the place of several for different applications. So that's helped. But as you go on, you can't be all things to all people as time goes on.
Bill
You have
Brown
to kind
can. They're the one call does it all,
of-
buddy.
You can.
That's true.
Bill Brown Sales, the one call does it all, buddy. He's wrong. You can be all things to all people when you're Bill Brown Sales. Go to BillBrownSales.com, folks.
But to answer your question, we have the widest range of drivers of anybody in the market.
Yeah,
we really
I've
do.
seen the name.
We have from 10 watts to 1200 watts and everything in between. So we can cover any application. So
Nice. Any other unique driver that you want to point out today while we're here?
let's see. A unique driver. I could pull out a high-powered one here. This is a 600 watt driver. Hold it.
Oh,
See how
Get
that
ready.
feels.
Mhm.
So
the brick.
the horticulture lighting industry is big right now, especially the. Let me see that. Nice. See,
Which way to the beach?
7.5 pounds right there. That's right. You
Okay.
can do your curls with a 600 watt driver. So horticulture lighting, sports lighting, these are really popular because you need lots of power out in those types of applications. So this is a very good, very popular driver for us. It has some nice features. This one actually has a 7-year warranty.
Okay.
You can get to 10 if you design your fixture right, but it is a 7-year warranty. It has some capabilities to power controls from the driver. So you have DC powered controls from the driver. Also, it has thermal foldback. So if the driver gets too hot, you can dial down the current, cool it down, and bring it back
Cool
up
it
if you need
back.
to.
There you go.
Yep. So called thermal foldback. Dim to off. So you don't have to shut off the AC power to shut off the LEDs. So that's nice for the components, the LED components. So anyway, it's
What are drivers rated for temperature wise?
most of these for warranty are rated around 75 to 80 C, just depending on which driver it is. And that'll be your 50,000
80C.
80 C. Yeah. So you're up at 100 and you're 150, 60 degrees.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
pretty high.
And what's the furthest you can remote mount? I mean, I know it depends on the fixture application and all that, but is that an issue when you remote mount drivers from LEDs?
Long as
Is
it's
there a
within,
length?
long as it's within tens of feet, you're okay. You probably wouldn't want to do it, 100 feet, but you have some line loss in there
Yeah,
if you start
sure.
doing it too. And that DC line becomes an antenna, so if you got to worry about that as well.
Sure.
So anyway, drivers,
You got drivers, man.
Inventronics. Throw that website out for everybody.
Inventronics, Inventronics-co.com. Google search us and pop up on the screen.
INVNTRONICS.
Driving the lighting revolution.
Driving the lighting revolution.
Drive it.
Inventronics-co.com.
That's right.
Go to inventronics-co.com, baby. But you know where you really need to do. Really, really, really. You need to remember that the one call
Does it all.
does it all at BillBrownSales.com, baby. One call does it all. They're proudly repping Inventronics. And, of course, 3 different Sapphire Awards, all in the Bill Brown booth. That's why. Go to Inventronics-co.com and BillBrownSales.com, folks. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.